Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Angry Gorilla Sports Network. My name is Josh Luce, aka the Angry Gorilla, and today I'm going to walk you through what's in my bag. I wanted you to know, wanted to give you a little bit of a primer, I guess, about what clubs a Hickory golfer actually uses. I use a fairly mid-rangey set. Some guys carry fewer, some guys carry more. Just it's preference. I carry 8 total clubs right now. Just I like the weight, and I've got a tool for pretty much everything. What you're seeing now is my Mcgregor Mashie. This is what I use as my driver. I also hit it off of the fairway as a 3-wood. You can see it's got brass inserts on the bottom and on the back. That's what keeps the center of gravity low, and the wood face there is exactly that. It's just scored wood. It's definitely seen some use. Here we have a Hillrich and Bradsby 2 iron. It's technically a 2 mid iron, but more or less it's about the same. This is flanged. You can see it's got kind of a bulge down where the club would hit the ground. That helps to keep the weight down as low. This is a fairly picky club to hit. There's not much to it. It's not a lot of loft, so it can be tricky. But that flange helps make it just a little bit more forgiving. It goes about 175, 180 yards or so if I hit it right. Next, we've got a George Nickel 4-iron. The name is a little bit worn off, but you can see the hand stamp there. That's actually how you know that was his mark. The George Nickel company used the hand apiece. This was made in Scotland. It was hand forged, and you can actually see on the face there the dimples were input by hand as well. This will go 155, 160 yards or so, give or take. Next, we've got a Spalding Gold Medal 1-iron. Now, this is actually not lofted like a 1-iron. It's actually a lofting iron is what they call it. It'll go about 145, 150 yards. This is a really good utility club. It gets out of a lot of different lies, out of rough, off the fairway. It's very, very handy club. But you'll notice there are no markings on the face. This is a smooth club. This one dates back to about 1906, from what I can tell, and that was fairly common back then. Now, here's an equivalent club to that prior one. This is a Mcgregor Mashie. This was also handmade, and you'll see the dimples on the front here in a minute. This one has a lower ball flight than the gold medal, though. This one is really, really good for chip and run. It's a very good utility club, honestly. I use this primarily around the greens when I want to try and be accurate. Not so much just out of the fairway. This one is much more of a scalpel, so to speak, when I'm trying to make really fine shots. Now we've got a Hinsdale Mashie Niblick. Now the club itself is roughly between a 9-iron and a pitching wedge loft-wise. I can hit it about 120 yards. This is one of the newer clubs that I've got. I don't know much about the company. I can't really find a whole lot about them, but you can tell it's newer by the chrome plating, as well as the lines in the face are a little bit more uniform. So I would guess this is probably late 20s or early 30s. Then we've got our last iron. This is a Klein Niblick. I think Klein is the company anyhow. I can't really find a whole lot of information on this one either. This club would be the bridge between a pitching wedge and a sand wedge. It's very good for deep rough. It's very good for the sand. It's a very large face, and you can see there it does have the ability. It will put spin on it. Most I can hit this club is about 100 yards, and that's if I just get everything right on the screws. It's if you try to overswing this, you will blade it, and the ball will go like just a scalded dog, and it will be uncontrollable. Here we've got my putter. It's made by the Hillrich and Bradsby company. It's a very low profile blade putter, and on the face here, you're going to see that it does have some lines. It's got about 6 degrees of loft, And that's because back in the day, the golf club or golf courses were not as manicured as they are today. So you had to kind of be creative. You had to elevate the ball a little bit, even on the greens sometimes. So it's not as smooth as today's putters. And here's my bag. Nothing particularly fancy. I don't know the maker. It's got a couple of nice pouches, which is great. You can carry everything with it. It's very lightweight. It's wonderful to walk with. Just very easy to carry. And 8 clubs is honestly just about the right size. Hope that's helpful. Hope you found it interesting. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the Angry Gorilla Sports Network. If you like this, subscribe and hit like, and we'll see you again.